reputation, Steve. I used to be a hoe. I ain't no hoe no more. I ain't been no hoe in a long time, Steve. A long time. I'm trying to change.
You were a hoe.
Back in the days.
How long haven't you been a hoe for?
For a little.
So I've never allowed a man to fly me out. They've asked me, begged me, offered it to me, and I always say no. I don't know, I just feel a little anxiety about it sometimes, like letting a man fly me out, because then I'm like in their territory and I have to like figure things out, and I'd just rather be home. But a guy that I used to date a while ago, he wants to fly me out for like a weekend trip in the Alps, and you guys know I love the snow, and my man wants to bring me back to the snow, and this will be the first time that I've like allowed a man to fly me out. Should I go? Yes or no?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
What's plan A?
Don't fuck up.
And what was plan B?
Don't fuck up plan A.
And what did you do?
Fucked up
You
plan A.
fucked up plan A.
I gotta straighten out my life. This fucking heat wave made me realize I can't go to hell.
I'm meeting Chad in New York City to thank him, slap him, tell him you're an idiot. Let's get ready. We're good. Just making sure there's no demon trying to seduce me. I'm not Leah if I don't wear jeans. Obsessed. I need to stop. I have a black shirt or like a new shirt kind of vibe. I don't know what we're going. That's actually really cute. I love. Before you say anything, I am not falling in love because I'm Leah and he's Chad. Who names their kid Chad? Chad. Jump scare. Chad. I have these like Skims socks that I'm gonna wear. I just want to thank him and make sure he's okay. I'm gonna wear my new favorite shoes, these Converse. So cute. Perfume. I added jewelry. I'm ready.
He showed you he didn't want you, so show him who do.
What are we doing? Like this. As we walk, okay? 1, 2, 3. Everything about that was not funny. It was not funny. Nothing is ever worse than even
Impressive thing I've ever done? I don't know. Cheat on my boyfriend, not have him find out.
You know, this is a television camera,
Yeah, it's an old boyfriend.
but he's finding out right now.
No, it's an old boyfriend, not the one I'm with now.
So, but the boyfriend is finding out on television right now.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
cheated on
fine.
him?
Sorry, Ben.
Why'd you cheat on him?
I don't know. The guy was a famous athlete.
Which famous athlete?
I can't say his name.
Give us his initials.
TJ,
What sport does he play?
hockey.
What team does he play for?
Florida. Tampa Bay.
Okay, so he plays for Tampa Bay. His initials are T and J. Tyler Johnson?
Okay, I have to go.
I was a little like damn.
Yeah.
The whole time while I was there.
I am finally dating how I should have been dating for the past 2 years now, which is with a roster. And it is going wonderfully. I highly recommend. If you'd like to hear about my starting lineup and my methodology, let me know.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am.
Here is my sugar baby era story time. I feel like I need a huge disclaimer. I'm not promoting this whatsoever. This is just what I did when I was 18, young and dumb. And now I have some crazy stories about it. So to emphasize, I am not promoting this. But get your bag if you want to get your bag. When I was 18 years old and just got to college, I immediately got into a really serious relationship, which ended up being super toxic. During our breaks from each other, and we had breaks literally every 2 weeks, I was like, fuck men, I'm gonna be a sugar baby. No, literally fuck love, I'm gonna be a sugar baby. Also for me, it was the best of both worlds because I had to financially support myself in college and I hated men at the time. So I was like, I'll just get paid to be gorgeous. So I signed up for a particular website and everybody, if you know, you know. and I met my first sugar daddy on there. And he's like, meet me at this Chicago restaurant. It's such a nice restaurant. I was like, of course, perfect, fine, I got this. I wanted to die. I was so nervous. I was so scared, but I was like, fuck men, fuck love, I'm a sugar baby. So I'm on the date with this like old ass motherfucker, and he immediately is telling me who he is and like everything about him and what he does. He's like, you can Google me, you can do all these things. I'm like, okay, sir, like I don't give that much of a fuck about you. I'm just here for a coin. And like dinner with you at a 5-star restaurant sounded a lot better than my meal plan tonight. So like that's why I'm here. But I realized like I'm not a good sugar baby whatsoever, because these men just want their ego validated, and I'm just like, okay. Date goes on, and this motherfucker decides that he can read palms. He's like, I learned how to read palms. I'm like, whatever. He starts reading my palm. He's like, you've had 2 heartbreaks back to back, and you're gonna have another one. I'm like, okay, this is getting way too fucking personal. Like, I'm here for my coin, not a therapy session. After this sugar baby date, I'm like, this is not for me. Sugar baby, I'm not good at this. But my friend who was doing it at the time was like, wait, no, I have this other website where they pay you to go on dates. And I'm like, that's literally not true whatsoever. Like, they're going to want to sleep with me. Because that was like a big thing. Like, I really didn't want to sleep with any of them because like I was on a break with my boyfriend. I couldn't, whatever. She's like, no, I'm serious. They just pay you to go on a date. Like, they're just lonely and they want company. I'm like, okay, fine. Perfect. I'll do it. So I get on the website, and this one man's offering $500 for like a little lunch date. I'm like, let me bring a friend because this seems too good to be true. Go to part 2.
And this is why even paying these bed wenches isn't worth it, because they're too entitled to even pretend to care for money. All this thought had to do was smile and be pleasant, like any other customer service job, but she thinks she's too good for that. She doesn't even have to work, just look pretty and eat the expensive meals grandpa paid for. Especially since she put on 10 pounds of makeup, she should be lucky that anyone wants to pay to be around her. I challenge her to go on a quote-unquote date without her makeup, spandex, push-up bra, fake eyelashes, and $200 hairstyle. Let's see how much she'd get paid being natural and not lying, since I'm pretty sure she probably claims that most men are liars. Typical thought projection. Like she claimed that she only did this when she was 18. Remember, modern women, when telling you the supposed truth, will tell the least amount of truth as possible. They'll tell you 10% while omitting the 90%. Like she comes home the next day after she was gone all night and tells you she slept at her bestie's house because she stayed up late and got drunk at a bar, and she dared her friend to kiss a guy. All fun and jokes, but what she's not telling you is that she also kissed a guy and then screwed him in his car at the parking lot, while her friend gave the other guy she kissed a blowjob in the bathroom stall. And back to these sugar babies and OnlyFans performers. That's why I tell you, if any female with good looks seems to be living beyond their means, like they're not from a rich family and not smart enough to work in tech, yet have an apartment in a city and drive a nice car, someone else is paying for it. Let's see the comments. Thought comments: girl, don't gatekeep the website, times are tough out here. Damn, she said the quiet part out loud. These modern women, when times are tough, turn to being streetwalkers, not getting a second job nor doing a side hustle. These females that claim they're CEOs and entrepreneurs, yet are doing everything except for actually work. And ironically, they could have married a millionaire man of their dreams if they saved themselves for marriage at 18. A lot asked, forget the story, what's the website? With over 20,000 likes, which means 20,000 other modern women have co-signed that comment, along with a bunch of other comments. Sis, we need the website. What's the website? What is the name of the second website? Shows that most of these modern women are looking to get in on the streetwalker action. These modern women don't get passed around. They pass themselves around. And right now, they don't regret anything because they're young and attractive until their validation and attention dries up. Then they'll cry, don't judge me, or we've all made mistakes in the past. Losing their dignity is not empowerment. Sure, they can make more money than doctors, but eventually the fun stops and they're going to want to have a real relationship with a man that they respect, and he's not going to hit it and quit it, if that.
Free game for the boys is the girl version. If she has a thigh or a foot tattoo, she's for the streets. If her bed is in the middle of the room, she's for the streets. If she gets tapered nails, she's for the streets. If she has a balayage, she's for the streets. If she wears Crocs, she's for the streets. If she drives a Nissan Altima or a Honda Civic, she's for the streets. If she chews on ice, she's for the streets. If she has a fuzzy cover on her steering wheel, she's for the streets. If she gets sweet tea at every restaurant, she's for the streets. If she has ever owned a pair of white forces, she's for the streets. If she posts on her story every day, she's for the streets. If she's 5'2", specifically, she's for the streets. If she has a Polaroid picture on the back of her phone, she's for the streets. If she uses these, she's for the streets. And if she drags her words, she's for the streets. A proud member.
To summarize that video, the majority of women in America or Canada or the UK or any former English colony between the ages of 18 to 45 at this point in history are garbage. And it sounds like this female is either describing herself and or her friends. I'm not surprised she described every basic thought out there. Any tattoo a female gets, no matter how small, means they've been with a handful of men per tat. You can ask her body count, but you're a fool if you believe what she tells you. And you don't need to. Just look at the signs, like the ones this thought described. So that blue-pilled male who marries these females who are for the streets and who views loyalty and devotion as a placeholder for a better situation will inevitably cause that male massive financial and life problems that last years or decades. That's why we have to spread the word, so more men can avoid these streetwalkers. Let's see what people think. The top comment says, "So every girl alive." So what you saying is, there's no hope. Yeah, women in the West are closer to streetwalkers. They just don't get directly paid for it. Dude comments, "Just described my ex on life." And that will be a valuable lesson he'll ever learn. And a wake-up call to find out why these modern women aren't worth being with anymore. Another comment. "You forgot, if she jams to city girls, she for the streets. If she listens to any of today's rap, she's for the streets. You don't even have to investigate. Ain't no quality girl listening to Cardi B or quoting Drake. Rap equals HOE anthems. Even the whitest suburb, preppy girls, if they listen to rap or know some lyrics, they're for fun only."
Whoever said that the streets were fun, oh, I'm just gonna go back to the streets, they're lying. No one should be playing in the streets. It's not safe. I like a nice sidewalk where I have a clear path. You can go anywhere in the streets. Don't listen to anyone, ever, when they say that.
My point taken. You'd think someone with her looks and dress style, which makes her look like an upper-class good girl, is in a long-term relationship to a snobby rich Chad, when in reality is a typical thought. If she has access to social media and went to college, she'd been banged out already. So get that through your head, that the chances of finding a traditional woman in the Western world are about the same as seeing Bigfoot. But back to the video. She thought it was all fun and games because that's what the thoughts on social media are claiming until she realizes she got used up for nothing. She was someone's cheap thrill instead of a wife or girlfriend. As in, the top 10% men who she could have gotten a great life from had she committed to just one, got her for free and moved on to the next college preppy thought. Let's read the comments. "No one should play in the streets. It's not safe. Girl that sent me." Yeah, you learned that as a kid from your mom, not to play in the streets. But most of these females under 30 were likely raised by a deadbeat single mom. So their mom was too busy working or too tired from working to teach them anything. Assuming their single mom wasn't trash too, women are single for a good reason. Thought comments, gotta find the right street you was in the ghetto. Hate to be the spoiler alert, all streetwalkers are ghetto. Dude comments, once you're in the streets, you can't ever escape them. Yup, there's no going back. It's official. No redos or I'm sorry, or it was an accident. I've always said that feminism isn't about equality, it's about superiority. Because modern women don't want to take any responsibility or accountability. They want the benefits of someone else's money without earning it. And it all starts with simps who let 304s off the hook because they're princesses and goddesses who can do no wrong and deserve the world, which is exactly why we are in the mess we have today. It's why we need MGTOW more than ever.
This is pretty much where a lot of my anxiety comes from, being 42 and single, no kids, is that I'm gonna die alone.
It's not even really about like dying alone, like the actual like
when I go, because I feel like there will be people around me, but it's more of like this fear of when I start getting older, like who's gonna help take care of me? Like who's gonna drive me to doctor's appointments? What if I get too old to like take care of who's gonna, like, I don't have kids that will help me do that. I know and my sister and I are helping my mom, and it helps my dad so much with all those things. Like, if I don't have kids, like who's gonna do that? Again, this is just like my anxiety that goes through my head right now, being 42 and single and not having kids. And if I don't have kids, I know it's not like rational, because I'm sure there's people in my life that would help, but it just feels like really scary, you know?
It's all fun and games until their looks completely run out. Then it's depressing. Like, what man is going to want to be with this 42-year-old whose face reminds him how hard life is? She might not have been as wild as today's females, but I'm sure she had her chances of locking a man down in her 20s, but she chose to be a career lady instead. And now all that stress of paying the bills and climbing the career ladder and keeping the job end up in her face. She's got bags under her eyes and she's aging in dog years. No one's going to be around her. No one's going to take care of her, unless if she retires in a retirement home in Florida. She's got to work till she can collect Social Security, which by the time she turns 64, either the age will be moved to 68 or Social Security will run out of money because the baby boomer post walls used it up already. Let's read the comments. Top comment says, "Don't have kids just to have them care for you. They're not obligated to do anything. Have a plan. Travel the world. Live your life." Exactly. She outed herself as being selfish by listing off the benefits of having kids. But it's too late for her to travel the world and quote-unquote live her life. There is no life to live. She can't sport fuck across Europe like females do in their 20s. She's probably living check to check or something close. This is her reality. A post-wall comments, "Go find a donor or maybe a co-parent. I know it's not easy looking for myself, but there are Facebook groups for that purpose if you can't afford IVF." They can't even afford a sperm donation, and that doesn't mean they'll get pregnant or have a healthy kid. She's 12 years past having kids, as at the age of 30, 90% of her eggs are gone, and that was over a decade ago. At 34, it's considered geriatric pregnancy, which by a Google's own definition states, we define advanced maternal age, or formerly geriatric pregnancy, as those who are 35 years or older at their estimated delivery date. Historically, pregnancies at this age or older are considered at higher risk for patients and fetus for various reasons. This is basic knowledge, but most women in the West, especially proud feminists, will never know it until it's too late, until the frozen eggs don't work for the 4th time. A suspected MGTOW man comments, "I'm 43, single, no kids. I've got my own house and job. I try not to worry about it." The post wall in the video responds to it, "OMG, that's amazing." Pretty sure she sent him a couple of DMs. The only difference between that man or us men and her is that we're built to be alone and we're used to it. Comparing that to the headaches and issues modern women bring, it's truly peace and joy. Also, success in life brings us happiness, and we can still start a family at the age 60, unlike her who either went through menopause or is about to. Trump had a healthy kid at that age, or I think even older. I'm just bringing him up because everyone knows him, that he still sired a kid in his grandpa years. So, enjoy playing games out in the streets, modern women, because eventually you're going to get rained over by MGTOW. As always, I wish you tremendous success.